just about to start out. Pippyman is rejoining the lobby now, and once he joins his team, I think we are good to go. Thank you all for hanging with us so far. That was a long first match, but hopefully you found it enjoyable, and we will be going into the second and third matches here shortly.
Radiant team band. Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are good to go. First ban Invoker here. Batting out a mid. Axe. I don't think that Collector 5 inches wants to deal with Axe again in their game. Understandable after that last match. Axe had some pretty good impact, good taunts, really locking Lena down.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Well, what do you know? It's reserve time. Oh, dire team ban.
It looks like we got the Luna ban here, so very much like last time, the Luna is being banned out again, trying to eliminate some of that push potential, and once again, the Mag ban, so very similar bans to last game. It looks like, all in all, team fight oriented heroes. Wow, Warlock coming out first pick. Very, very solid hero. Very good potential for crowd control with his ult and slow. Very potent heal. Incredibly powerful sustain during the laning phase. And with his chains, really, with his fatal bonds, really apply that AoE damage. Rubik, very, very obviously a pick to say, oh, you get Warlock? Alright, we get a green Warlock in Rubik. So, all in all, very good pick here by the Rubik. Warlock's going to need to be very careful with his casts. cast order and speed after
Yes.
the chaotic
5
offering.
seconds left now.
Make sure that Rubik does not steal that.
Sniper.
Come on, Radiant team, you gotta pick him right. Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
All right, we got the sniper pick here. So very interesting lineup. It really appears that collective 5 inches enjoy taking these heroes that can push high ground, siege towers. Not to mention that sniper also makes for very good high ground defense as well. So very interesting here. Collective 5 inches is essentially saying, you guys want to try and go for some sort of a push lineup once again. We're going to make sure that, we have an answer to it. Oh, sorry.
Juggernaut.
Oh, Dire team banned.
We got the Juggernaut pick here. Once again, that is a incredibly powerful hero. All in all, normal picks, nothing too out of the ordinary here, maybe outside of the Warlock. Juggernaut with his healing ward can further
There's only 10
help
seconds left to pick a hero.
keep his team healthy alongside that Warlock heal. Spin will allow him to siege towers relatively safely, as opposed to not having magical immunity. And obviously the Omni Slash just to further add insult to injury. Now, mind you, the mag ban here may have been in foresight to these picks, because a mag into this lineup with Fatal Bonds and the crits, Juggernaut's Omni Slash would become absolutely devastating at that point. So the Juggernaut pick up here, still standard. Not going to have to mag to synergize with PA band as well. Interesting. So they're anticipating a PA mid or Jug mid and then a PA carry. Storm band here. Very interesting decision there. The Storm generally would be able to deal with Sniper's lane well enough until Sniper gets some additional shrapnel charges, but he would be very susceptible to ganks by the Rubik. So,
Radiant team banned.
wait, what am I talking about? Sorry. I got the wrong team that I'm talking about. The Storm would have very good synergy with the Sniper, is what I meant to say, since Storm got banned from the Dire. Sorry about that, guys. It's been a long game. Last game. Lina ban here again. Incredibly good Lina was played. It was actually by C5, so it's interesting that
It's reserved time.
DOS decided to ban that C5 decided to ban her out this game. Tinker banned. So these are counter push tempo setting heroes that have been banned overall with Invoker, Luna, Storm Spirit, Tinker. So there's a very good chance that that Disciples of Synderen may decide to go for some sort of a push lineup once again. They currently have very good sustain and damage with both Warlock and Juggernaut. So by removing Tinker, removing Lena, removing Invoker, sorry, not Lena, Luna. Luna's banned by the Dire. The Radiant are really starting to set themselves up for a pretty strong push lineup, sustain lineup, without too much answer for the Dire just yet. Now, Slaughter was picked up by the Dire. That's going to allow them some form of initiation, which they lacked up until that pick. Additionally, it's going to give them very, very good synergy with the corrosive haze. It's going to allow Sniper to deal far more damage with that armor reduction applied. Additionally, Amplify can be used on the golems, which will allow Sniper to take them out in 4 or 5 hits when it comes down to the late game. So if those golems are coordinated in their takedown by both Slaughter and Sniper, those golems can be removed from the battlefield rather quickly. Now, Legion Commander picked up once again. Um, let's see, Dazzle would actually work really nicely for Collective 5 inches. Really, just incredible synergy with the Slaughter, Weave, and Corrosive Haze together. Oh wow, the Meepo pick up. That is really interesting, actually, since Warlock's Fatal Bonds and Legion Commander's Overwhelming Odds, they're just generally skills that deal very well with Meepo. And all in all, Legion Commander has incredibly good pick-off potential onto a single Meepo that the Radiant can then single out. Omni Slash wouldn't be too strong if the other Meepos are around, but who knows? Maybe a Battle Fury will be picked up by the Jug or a Maelstrom or some sort. Now, the Winter Wyvern, a direct and very obvious counterpick to most of the Dire's lineup so far. Winter Wyvern is going to prevent Sniper and Slaughter from eliminating people using their right clicks thanks to her Cold Embrace, but big wrench here thrown at Collective 5 Inches strategy is the fact that Winter's Curse on a single Meepo is going to cause potentially 8 people to hit that Meepo. It's unlikely that literally the entire team would be there, but Meepo is likely to end up killing himself in the process. So the Winter Wyvern pickup here, very strong. Not to mention that Cold Embrace can be used on Legion Commander in order to allow her to live through a team fight and have her team kill her target for her. Centaur taken out here by the Dire. That is a really solid ban here. The Radiant is still lacking their offlaner, if this Legion Commander is not offlane. But what the Radiant is in dire need for is some sort of a tanky initiator, someone that can go in and cause some sort of havoc, apply some crowd control. Without that, Legion Commander or Warlock's Golems are going to need to be what's used first, and that is usually not best case scenario. So we'll need to see what the Radiant picks up here. Now, Silencer was banned. Also, very smart ban here coming out from the Radiant. They're banning out one of the potential position 4s or 5s to go alongside Rubik here. Silencer's ult can heavily influence a team fight, preventing most of these big ultimates or spells from being used and killing the Dire or saving the Radiant. Now, let's take a look. We got 30 seconds left on the clock here. Radiant's timer's running out. Let's see what their potential offlaner or mid is going to be. Okay, it looks like it's a Timbersaw offlane. Again, a very good hero to deal with Meepo here. A lot of pure damage coming out from the Timbersaw as well. Although there are some potentially very... Sorry, I'm just defaulting to the same words. There's some very damaging and strong spells for Rubik to steal from the Timbersaw. Spells that are cast often, namely Chakram or Willing Death. Willing Death can really mess Legion Commander up by removing a portion of her health on top of the damage. But Whirling Death can do a lot of work to the Radiant's lineup so far. They don't have... now, the Radiant doesn't have too much magic damage. No one that strictly deals that, like a Queen of Pain or Zeus or a Storm Spirit or anything like that. Storm Spirit's, of course, banned. But all in all, pure damage, mostly physical. Even, by the way, Chaotic Offering, the golems that are summoned by this skill... Oh, Spirit Breaker. So an additional initiator for Collective 5 Inches, and we'll need to be looking out for Spirit Breaker's charges. Now, Warlock's Golems have an ability called, it's like Blazing or Flaming Fists, and those, that passive grants those Golems an additional chance on attack to cause extra damage, which I believe I believe it's pure. I'll need to see once those golems are summoned. But all in all, quite a bit of pure damage coming out from the Dire team here. Radiant has a lot of ganking potential, and essentially tempo setters in Spirit Breaker, Slaughter, and Rubik to allow Sniper and Meepo to get into the mid to late game where they shine. So it's going to be up to the Dire to make sure that they are able to apply pressure onto the Meepo, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be difficult. Warlock and Winter Wyvern are both more of a defensive-oriented sports. They can be played aggressively, but they need a good lineup for that, and Dire actually has very little. Wait, Dire, Radiant. Are we? Is this? I don't think it's supposed to be this long, or is this the strategy phase? There it is. Sorry. Alrighty. So yeah, the Radiant. Okay, yeah. Now they got flipped. Thanks, Valve. The Radiant has incredibly low amounts of crowd control. The only crowd control that the Radiant currently has is going to be coming out from Duel, and then the slows from Winter Wyvern, and the slow from Chakram, and the slow and stun from Warlock. All in all, no silences, very little amounts of stuns, lots of slows, but no hard lock for Meepo. They don't have an answer for that poof. So long as Meepo doesn't get bursted down, he should be able to escape. But we'll need to take a look at what items and what builds, what skill builds we find here. Now it looks like there's going to be an aggro tri-lane on the Radiant, as a matter of fact. So Timbersaw mid, Legion Commander offlane against the Slardar. And I think that, yeah, this aggressive tri-lane is going to be in favor of the Radiant. Now let's take a look. It looks like we have an invade here. It doesn't look like it's going to yield any kills, but it will grant the Radiant an additional 100 gold to start. Oh, wait, no, it looks like Slaughter and Meepo are... Yeah, Slaughter is invading. He knows that Legion Commander cannot stop him on her own. So they're probably just going to trade a couple of hits here, and then... Oh, yeah, there we go. We got the Slithering Crush up, so he's very likely to get this turn. Oh, no! Legion Commander got it! So 3 runes for the Radiant, 1 for the Dire. Spirit Breaker, Rubik, and Sniper up top with against Juggernaut, Warlock, and Winter Wyvern. And I have to admit, I think that this lane is heavily in the Radiant's favor. In this early game, the amount of slows that can be applied through Winter Wyvern is going to allow Juggernaut to get a lot of damage off on his spin. If that Sniper ever gets caught out, he's going to be in serious trouble. A very aggressive ward placed here by the Winter Wyvern, Henry Wadsworth Dongfellow. Couple of hits being traded here between Warlock and Rubik. This is going to be an exchange. Warlock's going to win. He has 1 more armor, 3 more damage, and a way superior attack animation. Rubik trying to block some of those creeps, but right now it looks like Juggernaut is going to be getting a lot of last hits here. Sniper still no kills, no denies. Let's take a look at mid Meepo. About to hit level 3. He has an Iron Talon. He will be using the jungle here. And it does not look like the Radiant are ready to start dealing with him this early on. They don't have any wards that they could purchase in place just yet. Now let's take a look at bottom lane. Slaughter heavily wounded and down to 2 tangos. 1 tango now. And Legion Commander is now... She has a really significant advantage in terms of health. Now, Slaughter has the opportunity of using a Shrine if needed, but it does not look like he will be relying on it just yet. So long as Legion Commander, so long as Slaughter doesn't overcommit, Legion Commander should not be able to kill him. So, all in all, rather passive lane. Legion Commander will be the aggressor and the winner in this lane matchup. Wow, Timbersaw having picked off the Meepo using Whirling Death. Meepo must have allowed Timbersaw to get quite a few damage instances of Whirling Death on him to be able to be finished off to that extent. Timbersaw almost a level ahead now, although there are identical last hits and denies mid. Legion Commander, a clear winner of this off lane at 11 last hits and 6 denies, while Slaughter is struggling with 2 last hits and no denies whatsoever. So additionally, levels are starting to get stacked up on the Legion, which is just going to make Slaughter's life harder. Sniper trying to do everything in his power to get these auto attacks off on these carries, and supports on the Radiant side trying to make sure that he knows, they know that he is here and he is not ready to just let him take over without a fight. The charge by Spirit Breaker onto the Timbersaw, double net potential here, double poof as well. However, Timbersaw has a lot of creeps around him, and he has level 2 Whirling Death. Going down low, but does not look like they'll be able to finish him off, not without some points in Geostrike. And the Meepo, with no stout shields, and having his armor taken away due to the Whirling Death, since he is a primary attribute agility hero, really taking a lot of damage from the creeps there. And Timbersaw, after salving himself, actually looks like the winner of this particular trade. Spirit Breaker having charged Juggernaut, but does not look like anything's going to happen from that. Juggernaut does not spin, and Wyvern does not slow him, so it looks like he will be just fine. Rubik is out of regeneration, so he's going to need to be careful here, because if he gets slowed down, he could be chased down. It looks like Warlock's out of position, but there is not enough mana on the Spirit Breaker. Winter Wyvern throws out a little Splinter Blast just for good measure, and they disengage. Sniper actually managed to get a couple of kills there on both the jungle creeps and the Radiant creeps, so not a bad opportunity there for Sniper to get a little bit of his money back. Picking up a set of brown boots and blades of attack so that he can get those last hits a little bit easier and not be in as much danger of a spin. Spirit Breaker being forced to sit idly up top, not doing too much other than being another body for Sniper. It looks like Meepo has fully rotated to the jungle, and Rubik has taken over mid. Now, Rubik is very unlikely to get too many last hits in this lane, and Timbersaw is just going to go to town, but Rubik will be able to get some experience, which, on a hero like Rubik, is not bad at all. Boots having been picked up on Rubik, now at 1 last hit still. Oh, haste and level 6 on Timbersaw. It looks like they're going for either a gank or a jungle invade. Timbersaw finds Meepo, and he opens with Whirling Death, throws out a little Chakram, and unable to catch him just yet. There it is, running him down with haste. Now he's got Spirit Breaker there. He has 2 points of reactive armor, so he could potentially fight them if he had the mana, but sadly he does not. There is not mana on Rubik or Spirit Breaker, so I do not think that either of the parties have much kill potential on each other here. So at this point, Timbersaw just needs to get out of dodge. He can activate his shrine and head back to mid lane. Top rune up as well. It is DD, but Rubik manages to snag it right underneath Timbersaw's nose. Looks like Winter Wyvern has rotated bottom, but there's no one bottom, so not too much accomplished by that rotation. It looks like Legion Commander may be rotating into the jungle here, just pulling the lane. So a very interesting strategy being applied here by both teams. Not something that you see too often. Meepo is now fully rotated into the jungle. And Slaughter has rotated up top. 1 second. Alright, he's sprinted in, slithering, crushed. I cannot see the health bar. There we go. That was weird. Warlock been taken out almost instantly. Healing Ward was deployed by Juggernaut, using up his mana for Blade Fury. So he tried to save his ally, but he ended up using up the mana that would have saved him. And it ends up costing them both of their lives. Phase boots now complete on Sniper. Last hitting really starting to become easier. Tranquil Boots looks like it's going to be the next pickup for Slardar, and it looks like we're looking at a Dragon Lance on the Meepo. 1 point of Geostrike taken, so now he can really start hurting Timbersaw even if he has reactive armor. That poof really hitting home. Rubik finding lanes that don't have allies in them, but still level 3. Whilst Spirit Breaker is almost level 4 now, thanks to the gank he got, it looks like Winter Wyvern's caught out of position. She could potentially Arctic Burn over these trees, but no, it looks like it is... Oh, barely getting out of there. Well played, sir. Although, mind you, there is now Spirit Breaker running at the Winter Wyvern. She does have Cold Embrace, she does have a Shrine, so Spirit Breaker says, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And stops this charge. There are now 3 people bottom. Juggernaut spot. Warlock is now solo farming top, trying to get some of his experience. Now, Sniper surprisingly not spamming Assassinate on Warlock. It is a very efficient means of harassing an enemy out of the lane. Alright, Juggernaut caught out. Does manage to get the spin off. Let's see if they're going to keep going. Yeah, it looks like they are. Winter Wyvern. Beautiful triple Splinter Blast. Slowing everyone down. That's 1. That's 2. Give them 3. Triple kill on Timbersaw. Absolutely beautiful setup by both Juggernaut Spin and the Splinter Blast there, with an incredibly fast reaction time from both the Timbersaw and the Legion Commander, and that is a huge amount of gold going in and experience going in the direction of the Radiant. Sniper still solo top, actually losing health to the level 4 Warlock. Does look like Spirit Breaker started the charge. If Warlock ends up being out of position, when that charge completes, he could be lifted, shrapnel, and assassinated. Yeah. Oh, Spirit Breaker ended up having to cancel his charge. Now there has been several wards placed by the Dire so far, so they actually have really good vision. Minus this is an illusion, so this will expire soon. Oh, this ward is expiring as well, and this ward is halfway through its duration. Let's take a look at the Radiant vision. Alright, so Radiant actually not having any wards up right now. There is a blink picked up by the Legion Commander. Really good timing, 10 minutes. She's managed to once again have an incredibly good game. I think I heard a charge. No. She's had 2 good games now during the early games, so both games Blake picked up really early, and there's really good gank potential here and kill potential on the Radiant with an Omni Slash, with damage coming out from Timbersaw. Wyvern caught out of position, being healed by Shadow Ward and Cold Embrace, but it is not enough. Now it looks like the Dire is 5-man grouping. They will be trying to take top and trade for the tier 1 that they did end up giving away for that Wyvern kill. Not the best trade when you think about it. The amount of map control that they just gave in the direction of the Radiant is quite significant. Although it's not as impactful to lose a tier 1 mid now as it was in previous patches with the addition of Shrines. Juggernaut being charged and lifted away from the Rubik. Rubik still not level 6, so he will not be able to pick up any spells from either Timbersaw or Juggernaut. Timbersaw not too much mana. He does have a Soul Ring. Oh, beautiful bash on the Juggernaut. And a Fade Bolt to finish him off. Juggernaut overstaying his welcome and paying for it. Once again, Spin did not end up getting used there, I believe. So that, again, level 4 Spin, not giving him the magic immunity. Legion Commander blinking in, getting the sniper kill. Absolutely beautiful. Now, usually in these kind of circumstances, you'd expect to see wards placed by the Dire in areas where Legion Commander could teleport onto and use as routes for fast ganks, but unfortunately it does not look like the Dire has had the opportunity to place those just yet. Meepo taken... Oh! Winter's Curse was used, but I don't think it's going to be enough since damage cannot be applied while that spell is active. Warlock, 3 wards, 2 sentries. Let's see where he's going to be placing those aggressively, it appears, to help see the Spirit Breaker charges, and they are out of the usual range of where a sentry might end up being. Now that charge onto Juggernaut, he does have a spin, canceling out some of that damage. And Wyvern and Timbersaw able to pick off the Meepo once again in his jungle thanks to the aggressive ward. Now, Timbersaw getting Slitherine crushed, charged. Omni Slash is not up, but Spin is, and that is an additional 10 damage for... Oh, doesn't look like she killed Sniper earlier. That's my bad. So that is the first duel victory for Legion Commander, and the entire Radiant team is mana-starved. Sniper caught out of position, having revealed himself with the shrapnel. Golem gonna be used up. Sniper just trying to run, say, please, please, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to hurt you. But I don't think that the Radiant are willing to listen. Another spin by the Juggernaut, and that is a dead Sniper, ladies and gentlemen. And the Radiant is going to be picking up a tier 1 on top of that. We're likely to see them run up to the shrine and then try and look for other objectives. No, it looks like they're pinging. Oh no, that was the Dire ping. They're tier 2 saying, hey, we may need to defend this. Mata Boots both up on Timbersaw and Winter Wyvern, going to allow them to sustain, and Juggernaut now teleporting bottom to try and keep his last hits per minute up. Blink going to be purchased next on Meepo. Healing Ward used by Juggernaut, so he does not have mana for either Blade Fury or Omni Slash. Meepo killing himself. Duel coming off, a lot of lockdown for the Meepo, and Meepo ends up going down while granting Legion that victory. Very good tempo control by the Radiant right now. Not really allowing the Dire to do what their team is built for, which is use the Spirit Breaker, the Slardar, and the Rubik in order to allow for ganks to happen. Now, Rubik does appear to have Chaotic Offering stolen, so that is a big pickup. And once Spirit Breaker hits level 6, he may just be able to go for some sort of kill. Chaotic Offering still down for 70 on the Warlock. Legion Commander Ultimate is now up, and it looks like they're heading back bot to either clear that lane or hunt Meepo? No, they're unaware of where Meepo is, so they are just heading into bottom lane. Now, Meepo, let's take a look at levels. We got Legion Commander actually caught up with Meepo. That is never a good sign. When Meepo, unfortunately, not able to find as much levels as he'd usually end up finding due to the fact that his jungle has been warded quite a bit actually by the Radiant here, so he's forced to utilize much less of the jungle than he usually end up utilizing. Timbersaw heavily out of position. I don't think you're gonna get out of here alive, buddy. There's a lot of craft control coming out for the Dire. They are saying, we want you dead. He says, I won't let you have me. I will kill myself. Meanwhile, the Radiant finding a counter kill again on the Sniper. Sniper is seriously starting to hurt. Lots of deaths piling up on the Sniper, and he is starting to fall behind in terms of net worth. Golem still up on the Rubik. Oh, okay, so there we go. Flaming Fist, damage type, pure. Yep. I don't know why that matters. I mean, I said I'll confirm it, and I did. Anyway, damage finally started to tick off due to this Golem, thanks to the backdoor protection. Haven't been on there until then. It looks like the Radiant are now pushing, and again, with a Golem up, with Healing Ward, with Shadow Ward, I don't know that... oh, Healing Ward going down, so not gonna get too much out of that. Shrapnel trying to counter push a little bit and doing its work. Huh. Sniper's level 10 and... yeah, did not pick up his talent. I don't know. Sorry, I got focused and distracted. Leeching Commander dueling the Meepo. Blade mail up. Meepo's gonna kill himself. Timbersaw says, I'll help you, ma'am. Ooh, Timbersaw taken out, but due to the Bloodstone proc, his entire team is now back at full health. Legion Commander finishing off Spirit Breaker, has 48 damage now. Juggernaut Spin and Shadow Ward both up on the Slaughterer, taking down his health. That is a dieback on the Slaughterer. And, oh, Shadow Blade purchased on the Sniper. Rubik gonna go down. Sniper not doing too much work. Yeah, essentially killing himself. Legion Commander trying to stand there and have Sniper kill himself with a blade mail, but it runs out. Spirit Breaker is charging. He does not have an ult, and Legion Commander is being ulted, so he may just end up canceling this. No items on the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker not having been able to bank on what this hero is built for. Really starting to fall behind. I apologize about the start of that team fight there, fellas. I ended up getting awfully distracted counting talent points and skill points, which is dumb. Spirit Breaker charging the Timbersaw. Timbersaw once again caught out of position, unable to use his Timber Chain due to the nets, dying to the entirety of the Dire team. Timbersaw is playing overly aggressive right now, and it is costing him a lot of Bloodstone charges. To lose 8 Bloodstone charges in 4 minutes of purchase, it really dials back his lead substantially. Now, with Blade Mail having picked up and Blink up on Legion Commander, she's now a viable threat that can, the game stands, solo anyone with a duel and a couple of good moments of Courage procs. As long as she doesn't get overly bad RNG, she has very good kill potential right now. Now let's take a look once again at some of the vision here on the map. Only one ward from, one ward from the Radiant in the Dire jungle. Again, trying to help find Meepo and Sniper when they're farming. And Dire ward haven't expired. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, expiring now, and also expiring on the cliff. So Dire about to, other than these wards placed down bot, Dire's going to be playing mostly blind until more vision's placed. And again, it looks like Rubik's going to be going for aggressive vision. Legion Commander finding Meepo, blade mailing, taking him out. This Legion is just a monster right now. She's just gained an incredible advantage, and this game is the Legion game. Very little answer from the Dire team for this Legion Commander right now. She's just incredibly far ahead, and she's utilizing that lead to gain a bigger one. Rubik here stealing Winter's Curse. Really good pickup on the Rubik here. Question is he aware of the fact that he's being chased? There is no Omni Slash up on Juggernaut, so he will not be able to take out Rubik even if it caught up to him. Alright, looks like Slaughter's teleported up top. Still 400 gold away from Blink Dagger. But they're saying, we want you guys. They're chasing him down. Sniper running as fast as little Slex could carry him. Slaughter, Slitherine, Crush, Amplify. Spirit Breaker not getting the Nether Strike off first. Legion Commander with another win. Timbersaw gaining armor with every attack. He's now fully cancelled Amplify. Corrosive Haze. It looks like the Radiant has caught up. Omni Slash absolutely obliterating the Rubik. And Timbersaw not managing to take out the Meepo. Yeah. Barely alive, but I do believe Wyvern should be able to just right-click Meepo down, I guess. And all in all, pretty much a team wipe with the exception of Sniper for the Dire. So Dire is in playing from the back end right now, trying to get to the front and gain some sort of a lead here in this second game of the best out of 3. Another beautiful engagement by Legion Commander. Sniper caught out. I think that there is a chance that first game may have had an impact on these players because quite a few mistakes are unfortunately being made here. Just poor positioning, partially due to lack of vision. As you can see, the ward having been used at the bottom and the ward having been used in the jungle is not going to help the Dire whatsoever. They are not in a position to go for ganks on anyone that would potentially be farming these, which is Legion, Jug, and Timbersaw. All three of those are currently nigh unkillable due to the not fact that they're overly tanky, but the fact that the Dire is simply so far behind right now. But hope is not all lost. No GG has been called, and the Dire is saying, we have Meepo, we have Sniper, we can high ground defend, we can farm the map, we'll out-level them. Desolator picked up on the Legion Commander streak, and now probably three shot the Rubik. She is incredibly scared. Look at that. 300 damage, guys. 300 damage, 20 minutes in, with a Blade Mail, with -7 armor, saying, I want more, help me find it. I'm gonna get Roche first, though. Medallion being picked up on the Wyvern. This is not something that you see often, but it is something that has incredibly good synergy with Wyvern, especially with the fact that the Desolator has been picked up on Legion Commander. Wyvern can Medallion whichever Meepo or target she ults, and with the -7 armor, the Dire team will essentially be killing each other. Mjolnir picked up on the Juggernaut. Again, an answer for the Meepo here. Lightning Chain jumping onto each Meepo, dealing very good AoE damage. Timbersaw going in with a Timber Chain, catching out the Rubik, snagging him on the very tip there with the Chakram and slowing him down a little bit, but Rubik being able to lift Timbersaw and disengage successfully. Spirit Breaker going all the way in, getting Omni Slashed. That's a dead Spirit Breaker. Rubik successfully stealing the Omni Slash, however, failed Winter's Curse. No Meepos near the Rubik to kill him. Omni Slash used on the Rubik. Winter Wyvern answers with her Cold Embrace and surviving through that. Rubik's still alive. Leech Commander getting a duel off on the Slaughter. Sniper saying, well, I'm taking your dragon, and it is now a 4v4. And the Dire are now defending their base at tier 3, 25 minutes in. The Radiant, full health and full mana, now rotating bottom, saying we want the entire map, and it is time to choke you out from the rest of the map one more time and force you into your base. This is going to put Meepo in a very difficult situation where he will need to go into enemy territory to get any sort of jungle and lane farm. This will significantly handicap Meepo's experience gain. And gold gain, of course. Without Boots of Travel, he will not be able to move around the map with ease. It looks like he's getting a sheep stick first, likely for the Legion Commander or the Timbersaw, to help blow them up before they get a chance to retaliate or activate their items. Legion Commander, sorry about that, guys. Legion Commander with the duel, eliminating Rubik almost instantaneously. One shrapnel charge left on the Sniper. It's gonna aggro the creeps, but it's not gonna save the tower. Solar Crest now complete on Winter Wyvern. That's 3 additional. Oh, sorry. 5 additional armor now being reduced via the Solar Crest. Plus the mischance applied to an enemy target or evasion applied to an ally. DD on the Wyvern. She could use this to farm the jungle a little bit, but it looks like she's just going to follow Legion Commander around. Juggernaut still does not... Oh, yeah. Okay, Juggernaut does have a Manta now. Sheepstick is complete on... Shiva's is now complete on Timbersaw. Big items coming out for the Radiant here as the Dire still struggling to regain control over the map. Radiant have played this incredibly well with just the right amount of aggression and making risky plays pay off, and now this Legion Commander is an absolute monstrosity with the capacity to eliminate any enemy hero in a one-on-one. Now going for an AC to further amplify the amount of armor reduction. Clear clear trend here from the Radiant, from Disciples of Synderen. They did find this, the Legion Commander charge. No Nether Strike needed. Meepo just nets her down and takes her out. Timbersaw absolutely crushing the Meepo with the Interwyvern ult to boot. Warlock does end up going down. Blink not managed to be used there on time with Slardar, and as does, he does go down to an Omni Slash. Level 3 duel stolen by Rubik. I don't know how much help that'll do, but last spell, still Omni Slash. Now taken. The Radiant team is going to need to do a slightly better chance not giving this Rubik Omni Slashes or Golem ults in order to avoid unnecessary deaths. Legion Commander writing out GPM on the minimap, and she's still beat by Timbersaw, so get good, kid. Timbersaw's better. I'm kidding. You guys are doing great. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright, that took way too long. Sorry. Juggernaut does not have mana right now, and mana boots are still on cooldown for 20 seconds on the Winter Wyvern. Even then, it's not going to be enough, so it looks like he's going to be using up the Shrine here. Dire thought they found Juggernaut, but alas, it was only an illusion. The mirage of the kill that could have been. Rubik putting Sentry up there, not wasting a ward on that. So even if that was warded, I don't quite know that he'd be able to see it, but it is what it is. Radiant again continuing with the aggressive vision to find these ganks. In the Dire, not finding those wards. Rubik desperately trying to figure out how the Radiant are constantly staying out of sight and finding these ganks. Slaughter TPing into the trees for safety to not die to Legion Commander. Legion Commander now with a haste going into the enemy jungle. She's surrounded by enemies, but she may just be able to. Oh, there it is. Wyvern again having Meepo kill himself. Now Arctic burning, making sure that she could get some damage out before she goes down. Does not manage to get Cold Embrace out. Gets eliminated by an absolutely devastating Omni Slash. Legion Commander 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Down goes the Sniper, ladies and gentlemen. 5 hits to kill Sniper. Now sitting at almost 400 damage. 3 buybacks. Rubik, 4 buybacks on the Dire. Slaughter initiating with the Slytherin Crush. No follow-up for that. Spirit Breaker charging in. And they canceled. Radiant was successful in forcing out 4 buybacks out of the Dire. One more team fight and they can be guaranteed at the very least 1 of 2 acts. At least 1, because that's what least means. Gem is now up on Timbersaw. I think that was Winter Wyvern's gem, and he ended up losing it, so it does look like Timbersaw was able to recover it. Spirit Breaker with very little to no items, 30 minutes in, just unable to find the gold from ganks. Rubik, same story, although at the very least he does have a Glimmer Cape to try and help his allies. Sniper with a Mjolnir now, trying to build a Force Staff in order to get out of, most of the enemy's AoE skills, such as Spin, or Chakram, or Upheaval. Winter Wyvern on the prowl, using that flying vision, no flying vision, but extra night vision. Arctic Burn running out just before she was able to apply it. Glimmer Cape up on Slaughter, managing to get off a Corrosive Haze just before the enemy was able to react. And Sniper! 3 hits! That's what you get for walking into a sentry, bud. Not sure what you were looking for. That is a dieback on the Sniper. Juggernaut taken out to tier 3, getting stunned. spinning out, no mana for an Omni Slash. Legion Commander says, I don't care, I'm coming in. AC complete on Legion Commander, by the way, so that is going to be a whopping 12 armor reduction coming out just from Legion Commander. Look at her, wow, just destroyed that tower, demolished it. Nether Strike onto Legion, into a lift, Spirit Breaker, 4 crits, and down. Winter Wyvern ulting Meepo, having him kill himself once again. I do not think that they're going to be coming back from this, ladies and gentlemen. GG may be called here any minute. They're still holding on. They're still trying to defend. Slaughter buying back and not doing much with it. Sniper may have respawned, but Healing Ward has healed the Radiant team completely. Slaughter going in, Sniper taking out 3 hits. My goodness, that's the GG, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, I believe that is a 1-1 now? No, sorry, Radiant won. So I believe that is a 2-0 victory for collective 5 inches. I need to confirm that. I'm so sorry. Yep. Alright, so I think that is a 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all very much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed it. Again, just to list off the players one more time, we had Sad Chicken on Collective 5 Inches. We had Sad Chicken, Emrak, Pippyman, Quintiok, Nugs, and on the Disciples of Synderen, we had Tiny Puddles, Henry Wadsworth Dongfellow, Magical Clouds, I Drink Your Milkshake, and Felicity Jones. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed both of these games tonight, and thank you for bearing with me. I hope that you all enjoyed this and that you found it incredibly entertaining. That first game especially, very back and forth, could go either way. But all in all, in the end, Collective 5 Inches ended up overcoming the Disciples of Synderen. No, sorry, the other way. The Disciples of Synderen ended up taking out the Collective 5 Inches team in both matches. And as such, really showing that when Legion Commanders used right, she hurts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is that. I hope that you all enjoyed, and I bid you farewell. Good night.